Hey everyone, it is Friday, September 25th, and we are officially done the first week of comprehensive distance learning. Congratulations, we made it. I know there was a lot of stress out there. There was a lot of stress in my house too. I'm glad it's Friday. I'm glad we can rest tomorrow a little bit. But we're here, we made it through the week, and next week will be even better week. And each week will get a little easier, I hope. And here we go. So I wanted to drop a few things before the weekend, a couple deadlines that I wanted to talk about, and then I'll be out. The first deadline is next Wednesday, September 30th is the last day to drop classes. And this is really directed at seniors and juniors who are taking maybe a class or two that they don't need the credit per se for graduation, but they're taking it to either maybe get some college credit or explore a class, and maybe you've changed your mind and you want to drop that class. Don't just stop going and not tell anybody, because eventually if you do that and you come back to your counselor in like a month, oh yeah, I don't need that class, I just stopped going, then you're going to get an F for the class on your transcript, which I know you don't want. So make the decision before next Wednesday to either keep the class or get rid of it. But you should have a discussion with your teacher first if you want to drop it, and then tell your counselor. And if we can drop it, we'll make sure that it's droppable. We will. But after the 30th, you're going to be stuck with it unless there's some sort of strange situation out there that we have to take into account. The other deadline, and this is a little bit out there, but I wanted to educate some families and students on this. Friday, which I think is October 15th, is a Friday. So October 15th is the last day to submit a pass or no pass grading form. This is for seniors and juniors mainly, maybe some 10th graders. If you're in a really, really rigorous, difficult class and it's already, well, you wouldn't necessarily know yet, but it gets really tough and the workload gets significant and you think you want to drop it or you want to try a different class, but you're not sure, and the teacher thinks you should stay, and you have discussions, but you're worried about getting a C or a D or an F, well, you might want to consider a pass, no pass form. And that form is signed by your teacher, your parent, you as the student, and your counselor. And it's basically a safety net. And what it does is it gives you a little bit of breathing room. So let's say you're in AP literature and it's kicking your butt, but you want to stay in it because it's a good challenge for you. But you're afraid you might get a D, and that could really hurt your GPA, or worse, an F. So if you were to finish the class with a D and you had that pass, no pass form signed and submitted, then instead of the D, you would get a pass, which would give you the credit for the class, but it would not affect your GPA. Now, if you were to fail, but you were trying your hardest and you were doing everything you're supposed to do, you would get a no pass and you would not get the credit, but it would not affect your GPA either. If you were to get a C, a B, or an A, you just get the grade and you move on. So that is with a pass, no pass form submitted. If you do not do the pass, no pass form by October 15th, let's say you're in November and, well, maybe November, you're already done the class. Let's say it's late October and you're in this situation where you're getting crushed and you're afraid that you're going to get a D. It may be too late. You may have to take the D, which is going to affect your GPA negatively. So this is for students who are taking rigorous courses. You may want to consider this in a week or two, but you can only do this with one class per term. You can't just do this with every class, okay? And for those of you who are interested in going to college, this is a good idea in the case where, again, you want to stay in the class, but you're afraid to get hammered on the GPA. All right, so talk to your teacher about that if you want to consider it, or talk to your counselor. But Friday, October 15th is the last day to submit those forms if needed. Now, most kids are not going to need those forms. Okay, that's it for now. Go relax, sleep in, do what you need to do, and then let's get back at it next week.